Gemini.
Hello Gemini, this is your astrological forecast for July 2016. And the importance of this month for you is that your focus, your main focus that is going to be on your income sector. So I see you crunching numbers, trying to get your ducks in a row. Is the income you have enough? Can it be improved? All of those things. And the new moon always signifies new beginnings. Now, this new moon will be nonetheless July 4th. So what a celebration time, right? Hopefully there will be some news for you here on this day, but it's also the day to place your intentions. And the intention should all be about wanting to have a better income for the whole entire coming year until the new moon comes back into this area next year, approximately around the same time. So a nice dark backdrop for all the fireworks on July 4th will be beautiful, and I hope you will have a nice celebration. But here also, since we have Mercury and Venus and the Sun here, any communication about your finances, your income would be good, and especially here as far as, communications with your supervisor, your boss, might be apparent this month. Some of you might be starting off something new as far as business goes. In that case, this is a great time to do so. The planets are now moving forward, even though we have Saturn, which is still currently retrograde and will be until that of next month. However, though, when your personal planets are good and the transits are good to this Saturn, which we'll talk more about, you're okay and you're in the good place here. Now, Saturn being retrograde in your 7th house has to do with your partnerships and relationships. So I see you this month wrapping it up, whatever it is, has been up old issues. It's coming to an end and a settlement where you're going to start feeling more relaxed as we get into August. And then you will be good to go moving forward, planting deeper, more consistent roots. Now, July is a beautiful month here at Gemini. June was a little bit sketchy. It had a lot of aspects there that we had to work through with processing certain things, and we did have a couple of challenges, whereas July now is more like opening up doors for you. There's one day, we'll get back to it, that is July 7th, where we have a little bit of a hiccup, but as we start off the month, it's absolutely beautiful. Before I start that calendar, I just want to say that since we have the Sun, Mercury, and Venus going through Cancer, your 2nd house, you personally will be absorbing that Cancerian feeling, how they feel on a day-to-day basis, because the Sun is reflecting and it's filtering through the filter of Cancer. So Cancerians are sensitive, they're loving, they're nurturing, so you might just feel that your needs, your emotions might be a little bit more Cancerian this month, in spite of being Gemini. So I just wanted to mention that because you will start thinking along the lines as a Cancerian would think, not necessarily as you as a Gemini will think. But that's true for each and every month. When the planets move through the other signs, we become a little bit of those other signs. But we have the foundation and the sense, the inner sense of who we are. But see, so what does that really mean though? Since it's in the sign of Cancer, in the money house, you're going to be thinking about security. Cancerians are always looking for security and how they can secure things. So that's what you're going to be doing too. And it will be based in the angle of this area of your life that has to do with money and income. So that's good to know. Just a curiosity. But here on the 1st, we have Venus and Jupiter really being in love. Venus rules love and romance, but also money. Jupiter is all about generosity and feeling happy-go-lucky, enthusiastic. So when the two of them come together in a sextile like this, well, this day is going to be exceptional in so many ways for you, and it could be a little different For each of you, since I don't have your own personal natal chart here, but in a general reading, it still is very, very valid. Now this Jupiter for you is in the 4th house for home and family, and Venus is in the 2nd house for money. So it could be an exchange of gifts, it could be an exchange of support, love, and that between you and family members. For example, if you are looking to finance or buy a home, while the 4th house here, Jupiter now moving direct, might want to expand this area, and then here's Venus with money going into it. That's one way this could work out. On the 3rd, I see you being really aligned with your vision, all right? This Neptune is always that psychic part of ourselves, and it's being beautifully aligned there to the sun. So you might have an epiphany or a vision of something here that I feel has to do with work, because Neptune's up in that 10th area of career. And if so, I would say pay attention to it, even if it's not going to fall into place right away. But if you could see yourself in a long-term goal of what it is you would like to do in the future, well, then this might just be the day where something is going to download where you could see yourself aiming at it, and then down the road you can start manifesting it. On the 6th, we have Venus and Mars. They are beautifully aligned in a golden beam. This is, the epitome of having a nice romantic date. Circle that on your calendar. We have it between the 2nd and the 6th house. So you might be out and about splurging on your partner, or maybe your partner might be splurging on you today. If you are single, happen to be single, and I'm not forgetting you guys when I speak about relationships, then I would say this could be a time where you could come to cross paths with somebody. At least it is a time where you are just absolutely the magnet with energy, outgoing, beautiful, attractive energy. Whether you're male or female, doesn't matter, because they're working together here and they will attract the opposite there. Now there's one day in this month I'd like to just pick out and say, here we need to lay a little low, and this is because the Sun, Venus, and Mercury are going to be up against both Pluto and Uranus. So this could be a day of self-sabotage. This could be a day where everybody seems to have a little bit of a short fuse. It's not a good time to actually get into any deeper matters. But isn't it funny though? It's like that is when things want to surface, like at the very worst times, right? But you won't really get the gehör that you would like if you so do. If you're smart and wise, wait to the 8th or the 10th, because then the very same planets will now be angling up here with Jupiter and Mars. And so the 8th through the 10th, communication is back on track. And so then we have avoided maybe saying something that could be regretted in the aftermath. So lay low on the 7th. But news can come to you on the 8th. I see communication not just being good, which it is, but also filled with humor and laughter. And I love to see that, because it's really a sign that things are working well in our lives when we can add a little extra humor and smiles to it. On the 10th, then we have the Sun, the essence of who you are, also with Jupiter. So this is a day where you could feel that all good things are coming your direction. Again, it's between the home, family, and you and money. So maybe you're out and about shopping, finding a good deal for something in the house or for some family member. It's joyful though. It's not what we look at as an expense, because it's more like a gift. Maybe you're gifting yourself something. For those of you moving, great time to have everything settled and set. On the 10th also we have Mercury and Mars. So that's our thoughts, and it's our physical drive and energy. They are correlating here in a golden beam. So your biorhythms are really on a parallel path where you're super sharp and your actions are following and you're ahead of the game, and that always makes us feel good, when things aren't being pushed aside or procrastinated, but now it's like really riding that, surfing that wave, and that is great. On the 16th, good news coming in. This has to do again with love or romance. Venus here, Mercury, I'm sorry. Mercury will be conjuncting Venus. So this is in the second house for income. Maybe you're going to receive money on this date. Maybe you're signing a contract for something. In that case, it is good. Maybe some of you are getting engaged, which is also great. But it's really stimulating both the heart and the mind. And on the 16th too, there's action being taken because the Sun and Mars too are beautifully aligned. So I see you physically busy on this day and doing what needs to be done. You're not just proactive. I see you kind of zooming around and feeling again here too that you're ahead of the game. Now the rest of the month, I feel it's all about grounding and securing the path that you're on. Saturn is going to play a big part of this, so it has to do with your partner, whether that could be your significant other or somebody that you work closely with one-on-one. But Saturn is now structuring, securing, putting into place what is needed. I feel it has to do with some talks, negotiations. It could be paperwork, maybe contracts. In that case, whatever it is for you, per se, you're in a good place with it. Now, Venus is going to follow route the day after. So here we're now securing the emotional side of it. Maybe it was just communication, news, insight, whatnot on the 19th. But here, money and passion and love, things that you value, will go hand in hand along with it. Then we close off the month with some unexpected good news. I always love to deliver what Uranus can bring about, because why? Uranus is always that wild card that can surprise us for better or worse throughout our weeks and months throughout the year. But this should be some good news. This is Mercury here, so a text, a phone call, or a face-to-face. It could be an email, but whatever it is for you, Uranus coming from the 11th house has to do with some groups, organizations. It could be within the circle of friends, perhaps, that you will hear something. And in that case, I see that it's delightful news, so that should really excite you. But while listening to your moon and rising sign, you'll get a whole lot more information. We mention that every month. I'm sticking it up here on the I button, which is the information button on the video here. Just add it to a playlist. It's very easily for you to go there and find it instead of looking through on the YouTube space. So you can find that or in the description below. And you'll also find the tarot readings for July, which will also give you a whole lot of added information of what you can expect here now this month. But the full moon, I want to end that is here for you in the 8th house on July 19th. And it's 27 degrees in Capricorn, which for you is in the 8th house. Has to do with shared resources, money that you have with your partner, your significant other. It could be savings, so maybe a banker, a broker, investment partner. But for you, I feel something is coming here on this day, maybe even as early as the day prior, which would be the 18th, where you're looking at it, your savings, maybe an adjustment, but the full moon will always illuminate whatever it touches, and it's going to be passing over their hours, maybe the day before, over Pluto. So I just wanted to mention it because that will have you looking into something of that importance, but the 8th house is also intimate sharing, so could be that as well. But this is what I had for you here for July. I'm looking forward to August already. So for those of you taking vacation this month, have a great one, enjoy, and I'll see you next month. Bye now.